let's do this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to another edition of the Uper Farmer Cigar Deck Talks. Doing great tonight. How about yourselves? Hope you're doing well. I was able to sneak out here on the deck between rainstorms, between cold snafus, and everything else going on. I was able to make it out to the deck to enjoy a delicious cigar and hopefully an equally delicious beer. What are we smoking tonight? Let's get that in focus there. Come on. Grand Reserve. Grand Habano 2012. Kind of fun. Came in this little cedar wrapper. I like these cedar wrappers. They do actually preserve some of the flavor, in my humble opinion. I use a type of pelican case, actually, as my humidor that I've lined with some cedar. I pretend that helps the flavor. I don't know if it actually does. But these cigars are wrapped with those cedar paper. I actually enjoy. The beer tonight, OCB, Oreo Cream Pie. From Pigeon Hill. We've had this one before on the channel. I don't mind it. The first couple sips definitely taste like an oatmeal cream pie. And then that flavor quickly dies off. If I remember correctly, the head actually on this one dies off really, really quickly. And I think that's where a lot of the creaminess comes out. Yeah, in that head there. Let's give her a little try. Oh, yep. Definitely an oatmeal cream pie. I'm actually impressed with theirs. With all those oatmeal stouts and whatnot, and the oatmeal cream pies. There's actually, again, the first couple sips, 100%. I can taste it. It's there. And we have two treats tonight. That's how good of a night it is, folks. We, of course, have the chocolate pudding bread. You're all used to that. You've seen it. You love it. I know I want some more of it. But then also tonight, we have Hot Ones Pringles. These are the Los Caliente flavors, the green ones, the green sauce one Pringles. I smear a little cream cheese between them, stack the chips together. Delicious. And in honor of having kind of a spicier cigar and spicier chips, let's talk about hot sauces and spices. I'm really into the Hot Ones show. I do enjoy watching, although a lot of the guests they have on there, I don't know or recognize at first. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not like I am a entertainment aficionado. So I don't recognize them at first. Sometimes I'll watch and be like, oh, I know who that guy is. But I do enjoy the premise of the show. We interview guests and put them in more and more uncomfortable situations with getting hotter and hotter food. You get to see the reaction. Are they actually spicy? I know a lot of the guests say they are. And maybe they are. Maybe they actually do give them the real hot sauce. There's a lot of risk that comes into that, though. So, I don't know, I'd be surprised, actually, if they honestly gave them those hottest of the hot sauces. I was actually, after picking up the Pringles, I actually bought the Walmart 3-pack that has the 3 different flavors, including the Last Dab. The Last Dab is no joke. If that is actually when they put on the participants' wings, that's pretty hot. It took out homeschooling mama pretty effectively. She wasn't able to finish her wing. I actually downed 2 to prove that I could. And then I threw out, there were 2 more left. I think I made 3 for each of us. So I threw out 2.5. 2.5. 2, almost 3 we ended up throwing out because it was just that spicy. It was crazy spicy. I'll give them credit. I've had some insanely spicy stuff. But usually with that, it has 0 flavor. This did have a bit of a peppery flavor before the heat set in. And then it hit pretty hard. I did do some research and found out that, yeah, a lot of those ones actually do. The ones that are super hot, they have a million Scoville units. They usually use an extract So basically, you're eating pepper spray, but the Hot One swears theirs is just from a pepper. Which, hey, good on you. If that's true, awesome. I am a fan of hot sauces. It was something I despised when I was younger, but as I worked on in EMS, I started to appreciate them more and more. The capsaicin can be good for pain, actually. It can be good for a little endorphin rush. And it's tasty, spices up your food and whatnot. I also got to the point where when I was younger, we used to buy my dad kind of practical gifts. So we'd buy him ties. Ties were fairly cheap, fairly accessible, and there was many different types. Well, I always worked in a job where I didn't need a tie on a regular basis. So having my kids buy me ties really didn't make sense. Enter hot sauces. My kids for Christmas and sometimes my birthday and Father's Day buy me an assortment of hot sauces, which is great. It's again a practical gift. I can use them. I like them. It's a gift that there's so much of a variety that I don't know if I've gotten the same hot sauce twice from my kids. So that's kind of my thing. I do thoroughly enjoy them. I enjoy the heat. I enjoy the burn. Again, I prefer when they have a flavor. I don't like the ones that are just, torture sauces, shall we call them, that use a extract to artificially make the burn even hotter. Funny story. I decided, you know what? I make everything else homemade. I make homemade beers, homemade breads, homemade chicken, homemade rabbit. Let's try and make some homemade hot sauces. Well, that has been an utter disaster. I've tried 3 or 4 times. Each time has had some epic failures. So, the first time I made it, I was... I'd worked with peppers and whatnot in the past, worked with canning, had a good recipe. So I was starting to make some hot sauces, got some hot peppers, some jalapenos. I think I got some ghost peppers and whatever else the store had. Well, usually when I chop up peppers, it's like 1, or it's like bell peppers. So it didn't dawn on me that maybe I should wear some gloves, which I had plenty of. Professional grade gloves even. So I got some hot sauce on my hands, the oils on my hands, up my arms. It started to burn. And my dumbass decided, instead of using my medical knowledge of how to get rid of a oil that's on your skin, I decided, the best thing I can do is take a shower. So I hauled my butt upstairs, took a shower. I was now covered in capsaicin oil from head to toe and everything in the middle, and I mean everything in the middle. I had basically pepper sprayed my entire body. And it hurt. Then my EMS and hazmat training kicked in. I grabbed some Dawn dish detergent to try and break down the oils. It worked a little bit, but too little, too late, as they say. The second time, I tried making my own hot sauces. And that hot sauce, it didn't turn out great. I'm going to admit it was way too vinegary, and although the heat burned the hell out of me, it really didn't. There was no heat. It was like a salsa. The next time, I took precautions, wore gloves, wore a mask, separate cutting boards, the whole 9 yards. I was not going to get myself exposed. Well, turns out the jars I was using may have been secondhand. So in my canner, they exploded. When one goes, they usually all go. This also caused the safety valve to trip. So my whole entire downstairs of my house, my kitchen, my dining room, my living room, got a CS grenade essentially thrown in it. The whole entire house was filled with the equivalent of pepper spray gas or CS gas. OS gas. OS gas being sprayed everywhere inside the house. So my kids, my wife, all of them essentially got pepper sprayed. The next time I tried it, I burned myself while making it. And then the time after that actually turned out pretty successfully. I've yet to try it because I'm nervous. It's actually been aging for about a year, year and a half. I still am not brave enough to crack one open. Let's see what the flavor's like. I probably will here soon. Just to say I did, like I said, I think it's going on about a year now. To try it out. Try my own homemade hot sauce. I put some whiskey, I think, in one. I put some oak chips in another to try to oak age it. Left some plain. So we'll try the whole gambit here soon. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm nervous. My guess is I probably had way too much vinegar again. I'm quite... Excuse me, the smoke went out my nose. Wind blew at just the wrong time. Nervous of botulism, so I kind of aired heavier on the vinegar side. So it'll be a very acidic hot sauce. But, we'll see. Maybe it'll turn out great. Maybe I'll be onto something. Maybe adding some whiskey to the hot sauce to help break stuff down will be good. Or maybe I'll just have a bunch of jars of failure again. Which, again, we learn from our failures, right? You don't learn from successes, you learn from failures. But probably one of the biggest things I've learned is it's probably best if I just buy hot sauces. There are a lot of tasty ones. We actually have a shop up here in the UP, the Spice Merchant in Marquette, that peddles in homemade or exotic hot sauces. They have exotic hot sauces in there. And my youngest daughter absolutely loves going out shopping with me to buy some exotic hot sauces. She likes tasting them, although I think her taste buds are changing because she's not as excited about having some hot sauce added to her food as she once was. Time will tell, because that's kind of mine and hers little thing, where she picks up the hot sauces I'm going to buy, and she's always got to smell them and try them. Which I give her credit for. Some of my other children do too, but I think it's more because she does, they can, so anything you can do, I can do better. But maybe not. Who knows? So anyway, I hope you can get out, try some hot sauce. The hot ones, chips and hot sauces are okay. They're pretty good. Can't complain. I'm enjoying them. I hope that is actually what they taste like. I've always been tempted to buy the actual official hot sauces, but they're quite pricey. But who knows? Maybe one of these days I'll actually buy the official hot sauces of the hot ones so I can try out the gambit. Go from 0 to 100. Maybe I'll even do a special with the wings that I have with the 3 hot sauces, or maybe I'll do a special if I can never buy the gambit of hot sauces from the hot ones. And kind of record it and let you guys see. Maybe I'll do my own little interview, get some deep enthralling questions that I'll have to answer just like they do on the show. Might be fun for a future episode. Let's put a pin in that. Anyway, folks, sun's rapidly setting. I'm probably going to be stuck in the dark here for a while, which is fine. I don't mind that at all. So I hope you're having a good one. Hope you're staying safe out there. And we'll see you on the next one.